chief of park that will be responsible to Oyo State. I mean, an Oyo State version of that.
Yes.
And I don't know if Oyo State has its own forest rangers.
That is what I'm worried about. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's
should
the
add that also.
yes,
they should
forest
be working
guards,
together. They should be working in collaboration.
Forest
with each
rangers, they call them foresters too. Yes, and what I even thought about, somebody told me a fact. He said those illegal miners, those we call illegal miners, they will come start, mining. They would have, entered those traditional rulers and those villagers. They would have cohabited with them, and if some legal, officers come, they will just show them licenses from the federal government, from Abuja. So I'm just wondering, these sites are located in the states, especially in Oyo State. The sites are there. It is Oyo State that is supposed to be monitoring and reaping from these sites. So this system, I don't understand.
Well, unfortunately, the parks belong to the federal government to start with, and that which you are talking about, the system you are talking about, unfortunately, that is the way our constitution is. Mineral resources are also controlled by the federal government, and there's just as much as we can do. That is why, like you also said, that is why people would come, people who we see as illegal miners would come, and when they are approached, they will brandish licenses from Abuja. That's why I said we should have our own version of park rangers. It will be easier to see the shaft from the wheat, and they working together. So we can also, in collaboration with the federal forest rangers, and by extension, Abuja, we can register our complaints regarding the way these licenses are issued until we come to such a bridge whereby we can tinker with the constitution and maybe tinker with issues of resource control to make the states have a more solid representation when it comes to controlling resources. But for me, Bimbo, looking at this story now, it's as if, like I said before, it's as if the illegal miners themselves within this system, it's as if they are an acceptable part of the park community, and by extension the mining community. They are illegal, but as if they are acceptable, and we have learned to accept them, we have learned to live with them, so that any time that we decide to say, okay, enough is enough, they now, what they have done now, I mean, to the legal miners, to them, from what I'm reading here, what they did looks very, very appropriate and looks very, very normal as far as they are concerned. And that is why this story is saying here that rather than enter into negotiation to secure the release of their colleagues, why must anyone enter into negotiation to secure the release of criminals? Their colleagues who are caught should face the law. Not that. But talking about going into negotiations means, like I said, that they are accepted in an acceptable part of the community, and that there are indeed working relations between the normal miners and the illegal miners. There are terms and conditions that are not on paper but that have been laid out. Maybe for the sake of peace, maybe the state government or other authorities have decided to make this an acceptable network to prevent the kind of eventuality that happened whereby the national park was attacked and people were killed. As for those that came in from Kwara State, I'd like to have coming from Kwara State.
Yes.
Again, I ask that question. Those bandits that were hired, does it mean they are also an acceptable part of whichever community they are domiciled in Kwara State? They are there.
Yes.
And then anyone that wants to hire them knows where to find them.
Yes.
And by extension, the authorities must also know that they are there. So why must they be there? By extension, the bigger question I'm asking is that why are we being given the impression that we have to live with these people, that these people have come to exist with us and we have to accept them, we have to find ways of cohabiting with them so that they do not trouble us. Like I said last time, if you don't trouble them, they won't trouble you. So is this the reality of our times, or is there a possibility that the federal government is actually going to flush out these people anytime soon? Now, the authorities keep on talking about negotiations, non-kinetic measures. We cannot use military force alone. Now, why didn't we tell that to the Americans when they came and said they were going to go after these terrorists? They said they were going to come in guns blazing, and they did. Why didn't we? These excuses that we usually push to our own people, I mean the government of Nigeria, why have they not been telling the Americans that? Why did they tell the American president or his representatives? Or is it a representative more now? Senator,
yes, more.
Senator Moore,
congressman.
or other representatives of the Nigerian, the American government? Why did they tell them to come and sit down with the terrorists and negotiate with them? Oh, it is acceptable when the Americans come in that the kinetic, yes, the little force can be used against the terrorists. Yes. But when they are dealing with us ordinary people, we tell us that we have to. I mean, why should bandits be so readily available in a particular place that the next thing, with the snap of the fingers, you can get to invite them to come and cause havoc in a particular part of the country?
Now, well, I think we were talking about the federal park rangers. You are saying that there should be a replica of that kind of force rangers in the state, in other states.
That should be answerable to the state government.
Yes. Now, meanwhile, the Oluyole local government area of the state was the chairman had reviewed the bandits' attack on the MPS at Oloka. I've been talking about Oloka community in Oluyole, as well rolled out measures to prevent such attacks in the area. And the council boss Hakeem Olatunji, I think this Tribune made a mistake that it should not be Oluyole local government. It should be, it is Oluyole in the outskirts of Ogbomosho. Now, well, anyhow, they rolled out measures to prevent such attacks in the area, and the council boss Hakeem Olatunji, well, maybe it is during a meeting which had in attendance traditional rulers, security agencies, community leaders, and local government officials reviewed the situation and agreed on proactive measures to safeguard communities within Oluyole local government area. I think it is
virtually Oluyole. It's been proactive. Hakeem Olatunji is actually the chairman of
Oluyole local government. Yes, so
I think it's proactive to avoid the spread, the spillover
from that one that happened at Oluyole local government. And according to
I think Hakeem is nearer to them.
Yes, and according to him, the responsibility of local government is to support the security architecture being driven by Governor Seyi Makinde. And he said, we cannot wait for an incident to occur before taking action. Our role is to complement the efforts of the governor by securing our local governments against any form of invasion, and we are committed to doing everything humanly possible to secure the lives of our people in Oluyole local government area, he said. Yes.
They're also an agrarian council area, partly urban, partly agrarian.
Agrarian, yes. So, well, I like that proactive move. Well, we've been talking about being proactive to prevent any occurrence in areas, in states, in local governments. But I like what this local government chairman has done, and I hope the other local governments too will, take action, take proactive measures to prevent this kind of occurrence in their communities.
Part on politics now. A defection, death, court cases leave Labour Party with 0 senators. Udo Bumbo.
0 senators.
And the ADC gains displaces Labour Party in 3rd position, and ABGA, NNPP, SDP hold 1 seat each. And the winner, the overall winner, is still the ruling party, the APC. So from having 8 senators at the inauguration of the 10th Senate in June 2023, the Labour Party LP is now left with none. And findings by correspondents showed that 3 factors accounted for the zero number of senators the LP is left with. The leading factor is the gale of defections that the Labour Party and other opposition parties like the People's Democratic Party, PDP, lately blamed largely on dwindling fortunes and festering leadership crisis. An investigation showed that 3 of the 8 Labour Party senators defected to the ruling party, All Progressive Congress, beginning with Senator Ezenwa Francis Oyewuchi in July 2024. In October 2025, Senator Kelvin Chukwu also defected to APC, blaming his decision on state and national crisis in the LP. Then Senator Neda Umaso earlier in June 2025 dumped the party as he moved to the APC. Well, it goes on and on. So, 0 to do for Labour Party regarding the number of senators.
And now, do you know it's about 4 years now that late Governor Oluyole left this world? Yes.
How time flies.
I'm just seeing the advertorial here. Chief Christopher Adebayo Alao Akala, former executive governor of Oyo State, the author of the source.
Bodabayo.
Bodabayo.
Omoyalaru.
Yes. Well, may his soul continue to rest in peace.
God rest his soul. And Left one still holding PDP mandate despite defection, says Jang, as former Plateau State Governor Jonah Jang, and he wants INEC on interference in party affairs. He was the one that went to jail for some time alongside another former governor, and they were granted a curious pardon by the immediate past administration. One would expect that he's supposed to have gone dark, never to involve himself in politics, political affairs again, even if he was going to, maybe quietly. But here he is now, still lashing out at the current governor who has defected from the PDP. And is warning INEC on interference in party affairs.
Now I have this one here saying 2027 Kwankwaso will not be allowed to contest on our platform. That is according to the NNPP. But I believe it was Kwankwaso that formed the NNPP.
Even if he's not the one that formed it, who is like when Labour Party was at its peak, it's like saying that who is Peter Obi, who is Labour Party. So I wonder, or when the Accord Party was also at its peak, especially in southwest Nigeria, like saying who is Senator Rashidi Ladoja, now Oba Rashidi Ladoja, that who is Oba Rashidi Ladoja, and who is the Labour Party, the Accord Party. So I don't know.
Let me just go through it now.
I think they are digging their own grave.
Yes, Mr. Kwakwansia. Mr. Ogeni Olaposi, National Secretary, New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP), says its 2023 presidential candidate, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, will not be allowed to contest the party's ticket for the 2027 elections. And Olaposi said this in a statement on Sunday in Lagos. News Agency of Nigeria, yes, reported. And the NNPP National Secretary reiterated that the NNPP 2027 ticket will be open to only bona fide members wishing to contest the presidential and other elections. I don't think these ones are serious.
You should go and sit down. It's when a Yoruba man dictating to Kwakwashia. All right, Kwam 1 writes Governor Abiodun over exclusion from Oluyole in the nomination process.
I don't know the problem.
He's still at it. I thought he had
he had withdrawn the suit. So I don't know what.
And I thought he had let go. Fuji icon Wasiu Ayinde Marshal has written a letter to Governor Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State that the nomination process of candidates to fill the vacant stool of Oluyole of Ijebuland must follow due process in the larger interest of justice. The musician, in a letter issued by his counsel Wahab Shitu dated January 8, 2026, and addressed to the Ogun State Executive Council through Governor Abiodun, asked that steps should be taken to direct a reconsideration of his alleged preclusion from being considered for nomination to the stool. He alleged that there are plans by the leadership of the Fushengua ruling house to disenfranchise members desirous of participating in the exercise. He said that all steps taken so far about the exercise to the Ijebu-Ode local government council and the Fushengua ruling house were wrongful and against due process. The musician faulted the ruling house on the instruction that candidates must pick up nomination forms and appear before a screening panel. Well, why would you not want to appear before a screening panel? He expressed dissatisfaction that directives which he described as illegal are unknown to the chieftaincy declaration, Obas, and chiefs' laws. Now, the Fushengua rulers has repeatedly and unanimously said that they do not know Kwamwan. So I don't know. How would you belong to a family and that family will say they do not know you, and you still insist that you are part and parcel of them? Now, I would ask him that you pick up a nomination forms and then you appear before a screening panel and you are saying that is wrong. Well, I don't know, but then, well, let due process be followed. He has every right to demand for due process. He has every right to demand that things be done in the larger interest of justice. But of course, a lot of people do have reservations that someone who, as a musician, a popular musician, jumped in front of a moving aircraft and trying to stop that aircraft from taking off because he had a grouse with the airline. So what would he do when he now becomes the KBC?
He will start giving people blues.
Someone who said they will pay, so I don't know, but then, like I said, he has every right to protest, and his protest should be looked into.
Yes.
We have a commercial. We'll be back.
Hello? Olumide, kí ló dé tó jẹ́ pé ìwọ ló dáhùn ìpè mi? Ọ̀rẹ́, ojú fóònù ẹ dáadáa kó wo ẹni tó pè jàre. Ẹ̀yà, àwọn bọ́tìnì orí fóònù yìí ti wẹ́ jù. Kò rọrùn láti kà. Ọlámídé ni mo fẹ́ pè jàre. Wo ọ̀rẹ́, ó yẹ kó wá lọ ṣàyẹ̀wò ojú ẹ níbùdó ìlera o, kó o sì gba ìgò ìríran náà. Máa gbọ́, ìgò ìríran níbùdó ìlera bíi ti báwo. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, tó o bá ti pé ọmọ ọdún márùndínlógójì tàbí jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, wá lọ ṣe àyẹ̀wò ojú ẹ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́, wàá sì gba ìgò ìríran lówó tí ò gara láwọn ibùdó ìlera tá a ti yà sọ́tọ̀ nítòsí rẹ. Bá a ti ń dàgbà lójú wa nílò àtìlẹ́yìn díẹ̀ láti ríran kedere. Yọjú sí ibùdó ìlera kan nítòsí rẹ fún àyẹ̀wò ojú lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ àti fún ìgò ìríran lówó tí ò gara lónìí láti mọ ìyàtọ̀. Pé 0706 489 9614 fún àlàyé síwájú sí àní 0706 489 9614. Ìkéde yìí wá látọ̀dọ̀ National Eye, Hair and Sensory Functions Health Program ti Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare pẹ̀lú àjọṣe Vision Spring Nigeria. Vision Spring, ríran kedere gbé ìgbé ayé àlàáfíà.
Any motor where you dey drive, you need confirm protection, no, for your engine, no. Get your make a mobile, make it mobile, no, make it mobile. Anywhere you dey, your motor deserve to be #1, yo. Make it mobile, no, make it mobile. You carry the go, make everybody join me, say, make it mobile.
Make you go with the best.
Make it mobile.
Hello.
Olumide, why you dey answer the phone now?
Oh boy, look again, make you see who call you.
Chai! Omo, this small text no easy to read again, no. Now Olumide I be one call.
E be like Satan don't reach for you to enter one health outlet. Make dem help you check your eye. Make you go also arrange reading glasses.
Reading glasses for health outlets?
Well, if you don't reach your past 35 years, you fit get free vision screening and reading glasses wey dey affordable for some health outlets wey near you.
As we don dey age, our eyes need small support to take dey see well. Enter any health outlet wey near you for free eye check. Come get reading glasses wey dey affordable to take dey see well. Green us for 0706 489 9614 for more information. Na 0706 489 9614. Na the National Eye, Ear and Sensory Functions Health Program of the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare. They partner with Vision Spring Nigeria to bring you this message. Vision Spring. See well, do well.
Conversation.
we are back at the still conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM.
Now, still talking about Kwam 1, I thought he said he had withdrawn the suit,
the court case.
The court case.
Yes, we know the court case, but this is now a protest letter to the governor. Which means he's still very much interested in becoming the next Awujale.
But well, like you said, he still has an opportunity to be heard from any quarters.
Right, we have this one. Local government accounts Osun files charges against UBA and United Bank for Africa officials. Hearing holds January 30 as an update on Osun and some local government accounts, local government in Bogu in that state. And Abacha Assembly dismisses terrorism financing allegations against Governor Mohammed. And we also have a federal government to begin construction of affordable housing units in Ekiti. Let's start okay. The soldier who killed the teenager following assault on sister. It's an editorial piece here in the Nigerian Tribune. And okay. And then the story was that the deceased Timothy Daniel was allegedly shot by a soldier attached to a petrochemical company in Ikot Abasi, local government area of Akwa Ibom State. Reports have it that Timothy was shot dead after allegedly confronting the soldier for making sexual advances towards his 15-year-old sister, Miracle Daniel. And the horrific incident happened when Daniel and the sister were returning home from church at about 12:05 a.m. on January 1st. The misguided military personnel allegedly shot Daniel in the head for having the effrontery to question his behavior. It was a tragic incident that was patently avoidable. And the Army Public Relations Officer 2 Brigade, Umbokpuru, Captain Lawal Mohammed, confirmed to newsmen that the case had been taken over by the military police and was already under investigation. Well, that's what I wanted to hear. It is good that the military is investigating this terrible incident with all that its inquiry must be painstaking, whether that's coming from the Nigerian Tribune, in order to unravel the circumstances under which the 13-year-old boy was murdered in cold blood.
That is rather sad.
He was trying to stand up for his 15-year-old sister,
yes.
And the irresponsible lunatic that calls himself a soldier, decided to open fire. Someone like that should have been posted to the hottest part of the war against Boko Haram,
yes.
Where he would have been kept busy. Obviously, it's idleness that made him to have the kind of time he had to go after a 15-year-old girl.
It should have been put at the forefront, yes, like you said, hottest part. Yes. Now, still talking killings now. The other way around here now. Bandits suspected armed others have killed a soldier and an officer of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps at Udeku community in the Toran district of the Kwande local government area of Benue State. And the incident, which occurred on Saturday, was confirmed by a community leader from the troubled area, Mr. Lawrence Akiliba, who said the attack had forced scores of residents to flee the community. Akiliba added that all economic and social activities in the area had been grounded as a result of the attack. Yes, one soldier killed, one NSCDC officer also killed.
Well, I think unfortunately the one who tried to assault a 15-year-old girl, it should have been the one in the shoes of that gallant soldier that was killed. At least if the bandits had gotten rid of him, he wouldn't have been there to molest a 15-year-old girl, talk less of killing a brother. So he should have been is the one that deserves to die here at the hands of bandits, not this gallant one that was doing his job, that was doing his duty. Tinubu has rights to sack me. Guess who? FCT Minister Yesom Wike. As Subara calls for calm amidst impeachment threats.
Yes,
the man is not doing any ground. I mean, Governor Fubara is still appealing for calm.
Yes, and he's saying here too, it says, this story says, Wike ends local government tours. Assembly alleges plot to stall Fubara's impeachment.
Oh. Well, it says, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, has replied to people calling for a sack, saying it is within the right of President Bola Tinubu to do so if he so wished. Wike stated this on Sunday during a thank you visit to his local government area, Obio Akpo, in Rivers State, stressing that since 1999, the people had not disappointed him. Now, it was reported that some politicians and other interest groups have been calling on President Tinubu to sack Wike over the protracted political crisis in Rivers. According to him, there is no sentiment or emotion in politics. What matters is interest, the interest of the people. He added that power is not given but taken, saying for the people of Obio Akpo, we have the power to dictate who becomes a governor in Rivers State. Nobody has become a governor in this state without Obio Akpo making a pronouncement. Nobody has become a senator of Rivers East without Obio Akpo making a decision. So if you like abuse us, after abusing us, come and look for our votes and we'll punish you with the votes. And it says, don't bother about people who say sack him. If my appointee believes I cannot offer anything again, he has the right. It is not in your place to tell him what to do in review. Well, cutting Mr. Wike's wings, my opinion here, is not about sacking him as FCT minister. He will still have his wings, even if you, politically, even if you sack him as FCT minister. He has long grown those wings and he has continued to use them even before he became FCT minister. It is not the appointment that gave him those wings that he's using and is flying so gallantly with as we speak. So other things would have to happen if you really want to de-wing him, if you really want to cut his wings. And so I know, and I'm sure that would make him even more powerful. If you sack him as FCT minister. So I don't think the president will be looking at doing that now. Eventually that might happen. The president might find him expendable, but I don't think that time is now.
Yes.
Right, let's open the phone lines.
Yes.
070-5555-1985. That's the number to call.
080-070-5555-1985, yes, or 080-5500-9850. The program is still Conversation on OLUYOLEFM 98.5 right here in the city of Ibadan. Hello, good morning. Oh.
Hello.
We lost that.
Oh, I keep the calls coming in. And ADC, the source membership registration link. As Association government suspends dealings with NYCN amidst leadership crisis. There are more headlines coming from the newspapers this morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good to have you.
On the letter written to the people of Oluyole local government by so-called organization. We don't take that with levity, but I don't think a bandit can write a letter in Yoruba and write it to the community like that. Reason being that from the operations of that, they are not going to face a place where there are forces that face them back. Naturally, criminals don't do it. Armed robbers, bandits, they only come and write letters to place. They know they will run away and don't resist. But the place that has been prepared to make them fire for fire, they don't dare. They are starting to sit and eat around. I mean, they just come and start and run back to the forest. That's what they do. They cannot face a bandit force. They don't have that, river to face that. They have not done it before anywhere in the world. To face a force that is, but they face what do they call this thing? The vulnerables, those who don't have anywhere to run to. That's when they come, they cause the havoc, they come, eat and run. That's what they do. So I don't think, the police should just take it very important and do something about it. Then on Wike and the president, Mr. President will not start wicked. We all know the reason. He's doing a job for Mr. President already. So he has done a very good job for him in the PDP. So he's still doing it. So, and the President is someone that is very appreciative. He knows the kind of PK, out of even in the Mr. President party, PK has done a massive job of Mr. President in his emergency to be president of the country. And he's sitting down and having no real opposition. So I don't think these who are calling for his side don't know Mr. President. President does not do like that. We have Mr. President and any of APC members. Yes, I can only say that. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, regarding bandits and terrorists having liver, our own brand of terrorists and bandits in this part of the world do have a lot of liver and effrontery and audacity because they have a backing in high places. So they will do things which ordinarily you would not expect them to do.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Tola, Mr. Bimbo. Good morning,
Mr. John.
John calling from Oluyole. The case of insecurity. Now, I just want to ask a question. Maybe I could be ignorant to. Long time ago, during Obasanjo era, there was a time we launched SAT-3 or SAT-2, and we spent billions of dollars in installing it in space. And these are a satellite that should help us in flooding, even a year before flooding. These are satellites that should give us clue. And in terms of insecurity, these are satellites that should give us clue. And we also launched another one again, which is the first in Africa in terms of communication. Where are those satellites still functioning? If they are not functioning, why and how? Because we spent billions of dollars in launching that satellite, which is very, very, I think it should have been effective for insecurity right now. So we need to ask questions. Why is that satellite still functioning? That is one. Number two, Fubara, if I were him, I would have thrown in the towel by now. That is the truth. Because you see, whether you like it or not, last week I said it clearly that the president should choose between Wiki and Fubara. But the way things are going, it is for instant gain. It is difficult for the president to dump Wiki. Fubara should just throw in the towel. Because I don't believe that someone who you believe you will not follow his way, it is that his own way that he used in making you governor. For you now to become a governor and say you will not follow his way again, that his way is crooked, his way is bad, his way is corrupt. It is that way he take installing you as that crooked way he used in putting you as a governor. How suddenly you want to become a saint to him? You should throw in the towel. Enjoy your day, sir. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. But Mr. John, for Mr. Fubara to throw in the towel, he must first of all negotiate a safe landing. His godfather currently is not happy with him, and if you should just throw the towel just like that now, you can be sure he will become a guest of the EFCC. His godfather will be determined to run him completely aground. So if he's going to throw in the towel, like I said, he must first of all negotiate a safe landing, that he has to go and send no more.
Well, and like you mentioned earlier, you noted talking about our satellites in trying to secure our people, talking about insecurity now. There was NIGCOMSAT 1 was launched, NIGCOMSAT 2 was launched, NIGCOMSAT 3 was launched, and I am still sure that they are working.
They are not working. What we are told is that the powerful elements be sponsoring these terrorists who found themselves in government, especially under the immediate past administration, that made sure that it did not work. And some of these efforts was in collaboration with the United States. Part of why the Americans are angry with us over our handling of the war against terror.
With the amount of money spent on the creation of those satellites. Well, now I'm just hearing that one for the first time, but well, it is rather unfortunate anyway.
They made sure that the effort was frustrated,
and those people there, those working at that agency, they are still there collecting salaries.
They will be there. We have a commercial break and we'll be back.
Hello?
Olumide, why are you answering the phone?
Check again and see who you called.
Hey, small letters are not easy to read, you know. I wanted to call Olamide.
I think it's time for you to go to a health outlet to check your eyes and get reading glasses.
Health outlet? For reading glasses?
Yes. If you're 35 years or older, receive free vision screening and affordable reading glasses at designated health outlets near you. As we age, our eyes need a little support to see clearly. Visit a health outlet nearby for a free eye check and affordable reading glasses today to see the difference. Call 0706-489-9614 for more information. That's 0706-489-9614. This message is brought to you by the National Eye, Ear and Sensory Function Health Program of the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare in conjunction with Vision Spring Nigeria. Vision Spring. See well, do well.
Èyíkéyìí ọkọ̀ tó bá ń wà nílò àbò tó péye. Máa dágunlá jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. Níbikíbi tó bá wà ló fún ojúlówó. Bóyá sọ pé jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. Móbì ní ṣúlẹ̀ ọjọ́. Jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. Lọ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó. Jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile.
Translotto láńtà lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ló sanwó.
ẹ ǹlẹ́ o ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ẹ máa kú ọdún ìròyìn ayọ̀ wọlé dé. Golden Translotto lágbékalẹ̀ wípé káwọn olólùfẹ́ Golden Translotto ó jẹ̀bùn lóríṣiríṣi. bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o nírú àsìkò pọ̀pọ̀ sísan ọdún yìí Golden Translotto kẹrẹ̀ òbítíbitì ẹ̀bùn bẹ́ẹ̀lẹ̀ fún gbogbo ẹni tó tayọ wa dáadáa bíi electronics foodstuff airtime lórí fóònù owó àtọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀bùn míì lóríṣiríṣi àǹfààní yìí ó gbọ́dọ̀ fọ́ọ́rù ìwọ́n sá ti tayọ tó tó 1000 tàbí jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ lórí tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì kan fọ́sẹ̀ kan ṣe é lọ́jọ́ kó gbọ́dọ̀ sọnù QR code tó wà lórí tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì ẹ ni ó sọ fún ọ ẹ̀bùn tó jẹ́ tí wọ́n bá ti scan ẹ̀ ta Golden Translotto báyìí kó jẹ̀bùn kó dọ̀gá ládùúgbò ẹ̀. ẹ lè ta Golden Translotto láwọn ilé ìtajà wa káàkiri kò ní gbèdéke títa o ta lọ́pọ̀ kó dọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀bùn ta jẹ́ gba winnings kó tún gbẹ̀bùn rẹpẹtẹ kájọ ṣe bí ọba àsọpọ̀ àti àsọyéwà o kò sí fọ́mọ tí ìpọ́dún méjìdínlógún Golden Translotto ọ̀nà tó yá láti di mílíọ̀nìà.
Right, we're back at the Still Conversation. We're still taking phone calls.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Adimola from Ibadan.
Good to have you, sir.
On security and others. The government and other people need to look at what happened at the Goba of your state. The oil car is that, and the government need to look at what happened in other states, some states. You see, these are terrorists. They are not engaged in meaningful things. So they attack, they do negative things, and banditry, kidnapping are their trade, their greed. So government security agencies should be vigilant. All those areas, communities should be monitored, and the government needs more weapons. At one time, the government want to buy aircraft and other things just to fight this against security. So on UK, it is the wish of the president just to start with it, to sound UK institution of president. President, UK is very much in order. So and the Tinubu administration and all that has directed UK to take over the affairs of the state. So we should continue. UK should continue.
Right, thank you, Mr. Ademola. I can squeeze in one more call. 55551985.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Dr. Olabubu calling from Alabama.
About
the letter letter written by the bank to I think this is a precarious situation, and we should give it a precarious solution. That's what I mean. All stones should be left unturned to see that there's enough security right there. And I'm not talking about a real alone. I'm saying I don't talk about real time alone. All the programmatics, because you should be bishop. Let the individuals of the town be aware that they should at least make sure that there's enough security distribution information to the security apparatus, anything that is happening. And what I realize nowadays is that these are not and they are so many now in the town. For example, that's why we observed so many of new faces coming down to the southwest. I couldn't say that they are there for bad intention, but we should be cognizant of the fact that there is insecurity and we should at least defend most of the time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Olabogo. Right, check your time is 7:30 and we have to go. We'll be back same time tomorrow morning, God willing. My name is Tola Tediba.
And my name is Bimbo Akombi. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy your day.
It's the 5 FM.
One right here in the studios of Oluyole 98.5 FM. You already know sports and bits commentary again this beautiful week. Yes, this is the voice of Victor Opone. Well, you say the Master Chef is right here, ready to serve you breakfast. And of course, as you set about going to your different destinations, well, there's quite a lot on the lowdown for you out here. And of course, a big shout out to those of you following us on our Facebook Live page. Quite a lot happening out there. And of course, I'm sure many of you have been following through on some of the stories. Well, of course, remember we also have the AFCON segment this morning where we'll be touching on events that have happened right after the African Cup of Nations, as well as many of the updates that we're getting from that particular side. For yesterday, there were action across different places. And yes, it is quite something looking at what's happening across different places. Well, there's a bit of giggle in the studio because, I mean, Amorim might be gone, but the problem still persists. I mean, come on. Marinos gone. That's 2 games now, right? And Manchester United are yet to win. There's not even that managerial bounce that some people have been, hoping for. But then that's not to say that they have not, done right or wrong by, sacking the man. I'm just saying that, you look at it and you look at how things have been. And you start to think, what exactly is the plan for Manchester United? Is the problem spiritual or something? What exactly is happening? What soap do they need to use to bath? Is it that they need to come to one river somewhere in Nigeria and maybe wash their hairs or something? And that's how I welcome Abi right here on the show this morning. Abi, good morning.
Good morning to our viewers and listeners at home. Very beautiful morning to you.
Beautiful morning, but maybe not for you, Manchester United fans. Because I'm
Super Eagles. Barcelona fans.
Okay. It's quite something when you look at the FA Cup,
yes,
and how Manchester United have Jack Omot, and then you start to talk about the other teams. Other teams are still playing how many competitions? Yes. Now, Manchester United have just that's Premier League.
This is January. They don't have any other trophy for them. They only have Premier League. Although I still believe that they can still win the Premier League.
okay, that's you hedging them on. That's you hedging them. But then it's been quite something looking at it. Anyways, let's talk about a result from the FA Cup from yesterday. I mean, it was quite something looking at how this results bolding. Leeds United, they had a comeback victory over Derby, 3-1. Arsenal 4-1 against Portsmouth. Redemption for Martinelli, after the incident that happened against Liverpool. Now a lot of people are saying, okay, actually, Kiro, maybe not bad. Hull City progressed to a penalty after a goalless draw. Norwich actually got a 5-1 victory over Walsall. Mansfield defeated Sheffield United by 4-3. And yes, Swansea were ousted on penalties by West Brom after the lottery of penalties. Well, you talk about West Ham United. In extra time, they are able to pull the plug and get the job done. They defeated QPR King Park's Rangers by 2-1. That used to be a Premier League tie back in the days, anyways. And yes, to the whole Premier League game, we saw Manchester United. They had shit lazy set off, and yeah, some people say it's just a kid. Yeah, it's just a kid, but then of course, that's not to say the referee didn't have the rights to give him the red card. I mean, yes, it was a second bookable offense, and despite being frustrated, these are learning curves for young players. But then of course, it was Brighton who inflicted defeat, and yes, it was actually a former Manchester United man who actually scored to send Brighton through out there. Anyways, over to what we had yesterday in the Bundesliga. It was Bayern Munich who ran at 8-1 victors over Wolfsburg. You see how crazy that is. Borussia Mönchengladbach also got a 4-0 victory over Augsburg. It was a high-scoring Sunday, juicy Sunday. Also in the La Liga, 10 Rayo Vallecano were able to get the victory over Mallorca, 2-1. It was a 1-1 draw between Levante and Espanyol. And if you're asking about how it went down in the Serie A, there are 2 red cards for Lecce, and yes, they were defeated by Parma by 2-1. Of course, AC Milan got themselves a draw. Fiorentina actually holding them in that one. Lazio could only manage a 1-0 victory over Hellas Verona. And yes, Inter Milan. Crazy one right there. Inter Milan might have thought that they had everything in them to actually get the victory, but Scott McTominay said, "Abba, you people, where I did for I mean, I wash fish now." And yes, it was a 2-0 draw at the end of it. A brace from Scott McTominay, got them something right there in that particular game. And yes, I know you have been waiting for it, itching and waiting to see how it will go down. And yeah, the Spanish Super Cup final went down, and despite Frankie de Jong's red card, they came late on. It was Barcelona who won in a 5-goal trio. 3-2 it ended. Vinicius Junior and Gonzalo Garcia actually thought they had pulled something right there, but then it was Rafinha who had the brace. Like we said the other time, these are the times that you start to understand what Rafinha is all about. But I mean, agenda again, the narratives will still go to somewhere else.
Yes, at this point, I love the way Barcelona fans understand that Rafinha is their best player. Where I watched the game yesterday, and you will see how they were praising Rafinha. So, and I say in Bangladesh, so if people love Rafinha, so we can't back him up. Don't
worry, the next award ceremony is coming.
So no matter what, I still say this. No matter what, they can't give him the recognition he deserves.
Okay.
They will still put Kiama over him. That's
okay. We just wait and see when next the awards come. But there will be action today. In the La Liga, we have Sevilla at 9 p.m. against Celta Vigo. In the Serie A, we have Genoa against Cagliari at 6:30 p.m. Yes, Juventus against Cremonese at 8:45. Well, the FA Cup is going to be alive as well. Liverpool against Barnsley, and what they are telling us right now is Conor Bradley. Conor Bradley is not going to be available, and of course, from the looks of it, for the rest of this season, he's not going to be playing a part, and that's a sad one for him right there. Well, Paris Saint-Germain are up against Paris FC. And yes, of course, that game will be for 9:10 p.m. And you're just looking at it like, okay, the Parisian battle, we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes right there. There's quite a lot, talking about all those games and how they have been. And of course, you get to, appreciate more and more how, all the stories have come through right here. Now, let's touch on some of the things that we have right here. West Bromwich Albion actually did appoint ex-Manchester United coach Ramsey as their boss. And of course, it's going to be interesting how he goes on for them. And yes, talking about Manchester United, fragile Manchester United is set for their fewest games in a season since 1914-1915 season. And yes, it is quite interesting because the last time Brighton visited Old Trafford was 11 weeks ago thereabouts, and it was a total successive win actually for Ruben Amorim. It looked like they had turned the corner, but since then things have not actually been rosy, and it's not gone so well for them. And you just talk about how crazy it's been right there. Well, United have fallen at the first hurdle in both domestic competitions for the first time since 1981-1982. Now they are condemned to playing a 40-game season, the fewest that they have played since 1914-1915. And it's just quite crazy actually, looking at how everything has gone for this club, and maybe they have something else that they can actually hold on to. Right there. I mean, you look at how it's gone, and you say Manchester United, not looking good at this point in time. But then, of course, it's a season record-breaking third round for what we saw yesterday over the course of the weekend. Actually, the FA Cup's 155-year history, which has been defined by magical moments, giant clinks, and the edge of UFC drama, actually came again. And of course, we had the most third round goals for 69 years, and only 20 times have more goals been scored in the third round of the FA Cup since that stage of the competition first featured 32 ties in 1925-1926 season. And of course, in total, 124 goals were scored across Friday, Saturday, and Sunday's 30 fixtures. And yes, it looks like there will be more later on. Today, when Liverpool play against Barnsley. That's an average of 4.1 goals per game, and of course there's two more ties still to be played, and of course there's that Tuesday game, Salford City against Swindon Town, and it's just crazy actually. Just 4 of those goals were scored in extra time. Well, the record over the past century remains the 138 third round goals in 1926-27 season. We also had 128 goals scored in both 1946-1947 season and 1956-1957 season. So it's looking like it's going to be more crazy. Anyways, Semenyo went ahead, made his debut and scored. And of course, that was Manchester City contributing more than their fair share to that tally when they defeated Exeter City by 10 goals to 1. Also, we saw Wolves actually scoring 6 against Shrewsbury Town. Chelsea scored 5, same as Burnley, Bristol City, Bolton Albion, and Norwich City. And of course, Mansfield Towns they actually played in a 7-goal thriller, that 4-3 victory over Sheffield United. We also saw Wrexham, getting past, following an entertaining 3-0 draw. Newcastle United also doing the same. There were also 4 hat-tricks scored, and this is the most in the third round in 14 years. And of course, it's just quite something. Also looking at the likes of Macclesfield, undoubtedly the story of the round. They are non-league side, and they were able to upset Crystal Palace on Saturday. Come and look at it. It's just crazy. Crystal Palace housted Emia. So all the Manchester United fans that said, Oliver Glasner, that they were looking at what's happening in the game. Crystal Palace have barely won. I think in the last 9 or 11 games, they have barely won.
I can't say I can't even blame Crystal Palace right now, because the matches they are playing these days are too much. The matches they are playing is like 3 days, 4 days interval. If you can see that, so I can't blame them. The fatigue is too much for them. It's not like that of big team that they have a lot of players. Crystal Palace doesn't have a lot of players to be switching their positions, so I can't blame them of their.
So squad depth is one of the issues that they have right there. Well, it's crazy how the things have gone. Anyways, it will be interesting to see how they actually pull themselves through on that particular front. Now let's talk about some tennis. Let's talk about some tennis this morning. We saw Poland beating Switzerland for debut United Cup title, and of course it was quite something looking at them. Belinda Bencic actually gave Switzerland the best possible start in Sydney, after getting a 3-6, 6-0, 6-3 victory over Swiatek. And of course we saw Poland's Ubertukas coming through, and of course 6-3, 3-6, 6-3, actually in a victory over three-time Grand Slam champion Stan Wawrinka. And of course in the deciding mixed doubles, so we saw Katarzyna Kawa and Jan Zielinski actually maintaining their 100% record in the tournament, beating Bencic and Jakub Pohl 6-4, 6-3 to clinch a 2-1 victory. It was quite something actually looking at that game. And of course, it was beautiful seeing them get the victory. Arina Sabalenka actually prevailed for the Australian Open with a comfortable victory over Marta Kostyuk to win a third Brisbane International title. And the world number 1 took control of Sunday's final by winning off 5 consecutive games from 4-4 in the opening set. She actually just took 79 minutes to win 6-4, 6-3. Now she's defended crown at the Queensland Tennis Centre, where she also won the title in 2023. Well, perfect preparation for her. And yes, so we have to take a break right about now. Of course, that's the pace of bills, and when we come back, we'll get into the AFCON Centre straight up.
hallelujah àkókò tún ti tó fún ọlọ́run ìjọ àpọ́sítélì kristi láti tó falẹ̀ ya fún iṣẹ́ àmì àti ìyanu lórúkọ jésù kristi nínú pàdé àdúrà tamátàsé ní gbogbo tuesday ní CAC Victory Center number 6 ògbólúwa estate bus stop zone 1 alágbọ̀n area kúmọ̀pàyí road olódó ìbàdàn aago 9 àárọ̀ sí 12 àti ní gbogbo wednesday ní CAC Victory Center gbági akínbádé junction jẹ́ kí ọlọ́kadà ṣáájú rẹ dé CAC Victory Center lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ B&D renters aago 9 àárọ̀ sí 12 bákan náà lẹ́yìn àdúrà aago 12 ní àyè tó wà fún gbogbo ènìyàn láti rí bàbá pásọ Dr. Stephen O. Ajayi fún ìgbànímọ̀ràn àti àdúrà kìlógún tó dé bá tó òsùnkún lé lórí gbé wá pàdé jésù oníṣẹ́ ìyanu nínú iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ tá a fi rán ikọ̀ ọlọ́run pásọ Dr. S.O. Ajayi ó sì lẹ́rìí titun lórúkọ jésù hello 003-470-9282 atamátàsé prayer every tuesday at CAC Victory Center number 6 ogoluwa estate bus stop zone 1 alagbon area kumapayi road olodo ibadan and every wednesday at Victory Center gbagi akingbade junction beside B&D renters ibadan is going to be powerful. Be there.
Pay attention to this social announcement. The University of Ibadan Christian Family Fellowship joyfully invites the general public to the campus Holy Ghost Rally. Come and meet Jesus through his servant, Pastor E.A. Adeboye, in the program tagged A New Beginning. Date, Tuesday, 13th January 2026, time 4 p.m. and Wednesday, 14th January 2026, time 6 a.m. The venue, Old Sports Complex, behind Main Library, University of Ibadan. Ministering Pastor E.A. Adeboye, featuring healing, deliverance, breakthrough, salvation, and lots more. We will see Jesus. John 12 verse 21. Good news awaits you. Jesus is Lord. Announcer, University of Ibadan Christian Family Fellowship.
ó pè ọ́ kó o kéde ọjà rẹ nílé akéde Oluyole FM 98.5 kíkéde ọjà rẹ kó lè kún níbàárà rẹ la.
Alright, so when you hear that tune, it's the AFCON segment right here with us. And of course, where's the touch around the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria? Quite a lot happening right here. And of course, we know that Nigeria are chasing an African Cup of Nations record in their next 2 matches at the 2025 finals in Morocco. We're hoping to become the team to score the most goals in a single continental showpiece tournament. Well, of course, Nigeria will be taking on host to Morocco in their semi-final clash in Rabat on Wednesday. And will either advance from there to the final or the third place playoff fixture. Actually, you look at it, there are 2 goals in Saturday's 20-minute quarter-final victory over Algeria and Marrakesh, lifted their tournament tally to 14. And that's only 2 shy of the record of 16 that the Ivory Coast set in 2008. Well, Nigeria scored 8 goals in finishing top of Group C and added 4 more in a one-sided win over Mozambique in the round of 16 in Fez. And yes, you talk about the likes of Victor Osimhen 4 goals, Ademola Lookman with 3, lifting the Super Eagles to the last 4. And of course, you talk about the playmaking ability of Alexander Iwobi, who has been behind them, one of the standout features of the tournament to date. We also have the likes of Akko Adams and Raphael Onyedika contributing 2 goals each. Semi Ajayi, Wilfred Ndidi and Paul Onuachu have all netted once each as well. Well, for the Nigerian gaffer, that's talking about the gaffer of the Nigerian national team. That's talking about Eric Sekushel. He's worked hard to implement his style on the team, and yes, we are seeing his input right there. And of course, it's quite something when you look at how it's been. But of course, the last time we saw this record number of goals, 16 by the Ivorians. Actually, it came in six matches when Ivory Coast finished in 4th place. We saw the likes of Didier Drogba, Salomon Kalou, Boubacar Sanogo, and Kada Keita all bagging 3 goals each. Zambia also had a 15-goal haul in the 1996 finals in South Africa, and that was the record before. And then it was matched by Egypt in 2008 and 2010 when the Pharaohs emerged winners on both occasions in Ghana and then in Angola. Well, you talk about this year's tournament, the other semi-finals, that's talking about Senegal have 11 goals, Egypt and Morocco have scored 9 goals in their 5 matches each played to date. And of course, it's quite interesting looking at Vassarons and what it bets for us. Let's talk about Victor Osimhen, the man leading the scoring chart for Nigeria. He has praised the late Rashidi Yekini, saying the late striker is still Nigeria's greatest of all time, even as he continues to make history with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So the Galatasaray forward helped Nigeria beat Algeria, and of course his performance took him closer to Yekini's long-standing goal record for the 3-time African champions, but he played on talk of chasing the record. And yes, he said that breaking records would not diminish Yekini's legacy as Nigeria's greatest striker of all time. Well, that's everybody who's been gone with the debate right there. And of course, despite winning the Man of the Match award, the former African Player of the Year insists that the credit belongs to the whole team, acknowledging his teammates' key contributions to the victory. Well, remember the 2023 AFCON he scored just once when we finished runners-up, but then this time around he scored 4 in 5. And of course, it's quite something looking at it. Well, Nigeria will play against Morocco on Wednesday at the Prince Moulay Abdullah Stadium, and of course that will be in Rabat, where Osimhen will look into how to his goal tally as he continues his push for the Golden Boot. Abi, let's look at it. Osimhen doing his own, pushing, a far cry from what we saw on his goal records at the last African Cup of Nations before this one. And now you talk about how he's been scoring. Eric Sekushel and the boys getting goals. I mean, it's quite beautiful, isn't it?
And this ongoing AFCON, for Osimhen to score at least 4 goals, I'm surprised.
You're surprised?
Although Osimhen is not the player that do score for us in the AFCON. Yes, he doesn't score for the Super Eagles team in the AFCON. But for him to score 4 goals, I am all thanks to Sekushel, the Super Eagles coach. I think and let me say the form of Ademola Lookman and Alex Iwobi also helps him a lot.
Well.
Let me say that, because he can't do it alone. Yes.
Well, of course, you talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. My brother, what you do now? When you jollificate with us for this side, you talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria for a year. That's how we were the Algeria at that time. We tell them before, say we go beat them. They don't want to. If you never enter Twitter, I've been on X and they call them now. When you see waiting them, they do the god of Banta, Obantala, you dey serve. Anyway, we just dance, the cruise, they go. You get graphics where we see, when we carry those desert foxes, we see me kill them, finish, carry and go give the Congo, say Siamo, we don't kill them, give you now. My brother, where you dey? Show face. Now here we dey play now. On top sports beats right here for Oluyole 98.5 FM. We dey summer you better. Because Papito dance don't show how many times now for there. Okocha dance don't show. Talk am for their year, me there, yeah. All the things where they don't think, say, we not go feed do am before this half course, yeah. Nah, we dey do am, we dey flex for their face. Anyways, let's quickly hold on to something from Eric Sekosha, because I mean you need to listen to his post-game thoughts actually to understand fully well how it's been with the lads, and of course how things have been right there with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Let's just quickly listen to him for about a minute or two, and then we'll talk about some other things at the African Cup of Nations, because now this segment now will good day.
My ambition is to win every game. When we win a game, we have to stay focused on the next game. And every time this is the same line for me about GNFF. So I do my job, and after, if I lose or if I win, but I will be judged. There is a discussion, but today, you arrive in semi-final. The game of your team is good, sometimes very good, but sometimes there is some bad things. But everybody now is curious about Eric Shell, but I'm not in the pitch, this is the player. So I do my job, I try to do the job with my own feeling. But some other countries see what work I do. So actually I'm good, I feel good. I work with my player, I spend my time with them, and I'm very happy to be with this guy. I'm very proud of my players. This game is, like I said, because they work since January, last January, they work a lot, and every time we have only 1 or 2 training sessions, and now we have more training session to work. Personally, I'm happy because my vision for this team, I have some results with that, so I feel good, and my little smile is because I saw my player very happy in the locker room. They are focused on the group, they are focused about their game, they are focused, they try to understand what I want, and they arrive, so I'm very happy for them. My ambition.
Well, of course, Eric Sekosha, the Franco-Malian right here, and of course, talk about it. He's saying his vision is starting to show with the team. Is happy, the players are happy. If you see the dressing room scenes, the players dancing. Now this song they dancing. Now this song good. They carry speaker, they dance. Shout out to Amaso Baso Gate. Shout out to all the players. Amachukwezi, all these boys with the summer hospital better dance step for inside the dressing room. I'll be for join them that time now. Like tell you when you enter the account, maybe dance with them, follow them verificate, agree. Yeah, see I'm now. Everybody they dance, dance. I wanted that Papilo dance, make everybody do, but
no, let's finish this Morocco game first before we start.
We should finish we will not talk plenty. Okay, some people are still looking at us in the studio. Anyways, it's quite something looking at how it will be, how they're talking about the AFCON, and of course how things will be from the next couple of games right there. Well, Nigeria apparently on a mission to defeat North Africa. Remember, we won 3-2 against Tunisia, 2-0 against Algeria. They don't bring Morocco coming, we'll eat them again. Okay, we'll beat them. Well, of course, a total of 119 goals have been scored at this AFCON, matching the record set during the 2024 edition. And this marks the first time 5 goals have been scored in an AFCON quarterfinal since the 2-4 match between Congo and DR Congo on the 31st of January 2015. So officially, the semi-final final fixture, Senegal against Egypt on Wednesday. That's the 14th of January, 2 days from now at 5 p.m. to be at the Stade Batota. And of course, we have Morocco locked in action against Nigeria. At 7 p.m. GMT. This time I'm reading that in GMT actually, and it will be at the Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium right there. Mohamed Salah says this is his favorite camp ever. The players are all close, the comedy is non-stop, and they're fighting for each other to win the title. He's also praising the organization here in Morocco. He says everything is of the highest level, including security. Osimhen, on the lips of Odion Igalo, he says, I know Osimhen, you cannot fault his commitment to the national team. When Osimhen is calm, he doesn't really play well. The media saying he should be taken out of the team is wrong. You don't take out your best player out of the team. Okay, now. Whole semi-final is at the AFCON 2025 are coached by African coaches, in case you didn't know. We have, Egypt coached by Osam Hassan, an Egyptian, Senegal coached by Papa Thiaw, a Senegalese, and Morocco coached by Walid Regago, a Moroccan. But only Nigeria is coached by Franco-Malian Eric Sekouche. And of course, a lot of people saying that they love the bits and pieces that you're seeing right there. Remember that the top scorers, Brahim Diaz of Morocco with 5, Osimhen with 4, Lukman with 3, Sinayoko of Mali with 3, Kabi with 3, Egypt's Salah with 3, Riyad Mahrez with 3, Amad Diallo with 3 as well. And so yes, since 2019 every champion has been led by an African coach. Actually, talk about Jamel Belmadi of Algeria, Aliou Cisse of Senegal, Omar Sofé of Côte d'Ivoire, and now we're looking at 2025